Oh, we started. Hey guys,
Oh, you made it.
this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on the Supernatural Show with my beautiful co-host Shannon with Soul 7. I was just getting down a little bit. I still know how to get jiggy with it.
All
So,
right.
I like to dance. Um, yeah, I do. So, guys, we are back. And man, have we been busy. Holy smokes. The website has blown up thanks to y'all guys. A lot of traffic coming through, a lot of people submitting stories, a lot of people submitting observations. The kind of observations where you're telling us if you've felt the wobble in the United States. Matter of fact, no matter where you're at in this world, if your ground's wobbling, we want to hear about it and we want to have as much detail as we can. We also have a study going called the Dragon Study, which is where if you notice a helicopter or something coming by at low altitude that may attract the attention of these supernatural dragons that we've been talking about. If you don't know what we're talking about, you're going to have to go back and look at an episode or two related to it, because otherwise it's going to sound crazy. What you been up to, Shannon? People want to know.
Well, I've just been trying to get my kids ready for school because it starts tomorrow. And yeah, I uploaded some pictures of the sun and moon from the past up on the website. If you guys want to check those out. The first one that I like the sun thing that I have up there, it looks like this huge neon fireball in the sky. And that was, during the day. But the other one is the blood moon we had last year. And just a real quick kind of recap of why I put that up there. It was literally like the most insane biblical, like, sign in the sky experience you could have ever seen. I've never seen anything like that. And I've seen a lot of, blood moons, moon eclipses, all kinds of things. But I was actually driving my daughter, and as it was in the sky, literally people were in droves outside of their house, in the street, everywhere, just literally gawking at it like what in the world is that? And so I captured a little bit on camera. I have a film that I'm going to put up a little bit later, but you get a chance to check that out because it's pretty cool. Of course the camera doesn't
Mhm.
like do it
What
justice.
What do they need to do in order to see those photos and
you
that
just
video that you're going to be uploading?
you just go on to my gallery, and they will be up there along with some of the
What website?
supernatural backgrounds. It's up on the supernatural.show, guys. As a matter of
And
fact,
is
stick
is
that banner up there.
membership still currently free, Shannon?
It sure is.
And if you sign up now, it'll be free for your lifetime. And you will be labeled. You'll be given a label, a special label, saying that you're a founding member, because this show is nothing without the viewers and people being involved. So
This is
yeah,
about your
go to the
stories.
website. Huh?
It's about your stories.
Yeah, it's about all of our stories, and all of us together figuring out what in the supernatural is going on. Hey, maybe that'd be a good T-shirt. What in the
What
supernatural
if
is going on?
I think we found our tagline?
We might
What
have.
if the supernatural is going on?
It just hit me. This is a good one, though, ain't it?
Perfect. I'm gonna start making the merch tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah. I need to turn that over to you.
Yeah,
Handle it, Shannon.
you got it. That's my department.
Yeah, she's she's good at that kind of stuff. Ain't no doubt about that. She's got the flair, you might say. Looking in the comments here. Something too. Might talk about briefly, and then we're going to go on. We're going to read a story or two here today. Um, okay, if you're not new here or new to my working on my other channel, and then this ain't going to sound too crazy. But if you are new, this is going to sound crazy. But that's okay. I don't mind sounding crazy because the truth is crazy sounding sometimes. Now, I'm just going to tell you something that come a little clear to me, and it actually has to do with the image that's behind us that people can see that's around the video. It's the image of a full solar. They call it a full solar halo, and I call it an eye in the sky. Um, a supernatural eye, when conditions are correct, you can see across the veil. You get a little peek, and you get to see that the sun is the center of an eye. It is also the center of a torus, and is a torus basically. But yet the moon also does this, and it is either a reflection off of the dome, which then tells us more about where we exist, or it is a projection onto the dome from heaven of the moon and the sun being an eye. And I've shown those photos before, and well, one's right behind us. That's behind both of us here, as everybody can see, and it's on our videos and everything. Yes, ta-da! And but here's the thing. A while back, I figured out, that when it says, like when Christ was crucified, it said that the sun was darkened and the moon didn't show its light, and it talks about then at the end of days, that this would happen again. And of course, we all, well, not all of us, but a lot of us seen the eclipse that took place, because that's what we're talking about, is an eclipse. It even says in the Bible it lasts about 3 hours. And, well, that's how long an eclipse from the very beginning to the very end approximately lasts, about 3 hours. And it said it started from in the case of Christ, it started from noon, basically, till 3 o'clock, that kind of thing. But what really came to me further is that when you have the moon and the sun in their eclipse, think about what you got here. You've got two eyes, supernatural eyes that appear to be eyes in the right circumstances where we can see the eye that we're talking about, the full solar halo thing that's behind us. When the moon and the sun align, they become one, and the eyes are single. Okay, and of course we know about the Bible talking about what about eyes being single and this kind of thing and stuff. And I think it just like became clear to me. Now, like I said, this may sound crazy, but it came clear to me is that when that takes place, it is basically a portal that is open.
I was like, he's gonna say portal.
Say what, Shannon?
I knew you were gonna say that. Like that's what I was thinking.
Mm.
Portal.
It's a portal. As a gateway opens between heaven and earth, and it was open when Christ ascended. That kind of thing. And it also says that it will happen when Christ comes back, right?
That's right.
That the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. We're talking about an eclipse. We have one coming up here across the United States again here very soon.
Next year.
And to me, it is two celestial bodies, the greater light and the lesser light, that line up, making the two eyes single. And when is it that we're supposed to be able to connect with God the best? When our eyes are single. You see? Ooh. It's a good thing I ain't a preacher, because I could go off about right now.
Well, in a way, this is a slight bit of a ministry, kind of. It's not that far off.
Well, I just don't put labels on myself. Other people can label me what they want. I'm just Daniel Alexander Cannon, and a child of God, trying to do what I can, just like you are.
Yep.
But To me, that's just a fascinating thing to come to the understanding and know what that is. And they claim it's a giant rock in the sky and it's floating around and it happens to magically be the same size as the giant fire in the sky. Magically the same size, but actually what both of them are is the pupil of two eyes, the lesser light and the greater light. It's the pupil, the gateway, the that is surrounded by the iris, like you can see in the image behind us. And then it has the lids, the greater wing, which is the upper lid of your eye, and the lesser wing, the lower of your eye, just like the cherubims had at the gateway where God can't comes to speak at on the mercy seat. Woo! We might just get down today.
Can I get a witness?
Right.
So we have some stories today that
we have some stories today.
We got some stories today.
Yeah.
Real quick, there's this interesting comment right here that I kind of wanted to address to see if you had heard. Oh, if you had heard that.
Oh, what?
If you had heard of this?
An alien attack in Peru?
Yeah, like, it was mainstream media and even everything.
Oh, Lordy.
But
all right. Well, we might take a quick gander at that ridiculousness. Alien attack, Peru village. Ooh. Huh. Okay.
Yep. Pretty interesting. They're really getting this out in the open these days.
They're saying they were like the Predator. Said they were like 7 foot tall.
Tall.
Attacking people and eating their faces.
Wow, cannibal aliens. Lovely. Well, I guess they wouldn't be cannibal.
It'd be more like demons out of the pit.
Yeah, I'm just...
Guys, there are no aliens. It's the name that they put on demons.
Oh, okay. I'm very aware of that.
Yeah, I know you know
that. Mainstream likes to slap that alien tag on there.
Yeah, because they want us all to believe one day we're going to get attacked. They're eating up faces.
Yeah, through humans.
Didn't know I could be animated like this.
No, and they'll be doing it through humans. They'll inhabit us to do that. Not me, because I got the board at me. But just,
Oh, and the aliens could float in the air.
Oh, wow. And they levitated.
They were ambushed by figures that looked like the Green Goblin from Spider-Man. And they were apparently armored. Now, I'm not saying any of this is real, guys, just because what I'm doing is just checking out something that we just heard about by one of you guys, which is what we do here sometimes. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. They've got like pictures of people with their face eaten off.
There's lovely. That's.
Any pictures of the. Oh, my Lord. That can't be. Well, the fact that they're calling it aliens, no matter if anything happened or didn't happen, but this story's all over everywhere right now. Obviously, it's another thing to get people ready for the coming invasion deception. They're going to say, we're going to see it in the heavens. I've already seen it in visions in my mind. I don't think I've ever told you about this, Shannon. I had, for a period of about 10 years, about once every few months, I would have this vision. a dream, we'll call it. But in this dream, it felt like I was there. It didn't feel like a dream. It felt like I was witnessing something. And what I witnessed was I walked out of out of a doorway somewhere, out of some building doorway. And I'm standing in the doorway and I'm looking up, and there's all of these, there's two things going on. There's heliotrope colored crafts and lights zipping all around in the sky. And this and the other thing that's happening is that there are airplanes like passenger jets, military jets that are being shot down out of the skies, and they're coming down and crashing, and I can see it tumbling and fire exploding, and the only and this sounds just like a crazy dream that we've all had, maybe, right? But the thing is that I had this every few months for like a decade. It just barely stopped a few years back, where I haven't had one recently. Um, but when something happens dozens of times, it kind of sticks with you. And it's one of those dreams I remember when it happens, because now when it happens, which hasn't happened recently, but now the latter times, I would recognize in the dream, I'm like, okay, I'm dreaming again. I've seen this before. And I would be aware that I was dreaming and looking at this. And if they pull off an event that looked like what I've seen in the heavens, people are going to lose their freaking minds, because it looked real to me in my dream. But, guys, when that happens, you cannot panic, because it's coming, but you cannot panic, and you cannot allow fear to control your choices, because you will make the wrong choices. You will fall right into the trap that they're going to have set for you if your choices are fear based, panic, fear based kind of stuff. So please don't do that. Yeah. So, yeah, the aliens in Peru. Great. That'll give me something to look into. Like I need anything else. Uh, that is pretty. I mean, what was it, just 2 weeks ago? It was, or 30 days ago, it was Vegas, right? Or before, and then 30 days before that, it was, oh yeah, the military admits these things
Right?
are flying around everywhere. But
Well,
for
just like,
50 years, they've been saying, y'all guys are crazy and
well,
nuts.
they just had that whole hearing where they said they found biologicals like forever ago. Like, what do you mean by biologicals?
Right?
No, I'm like, and now they're coming to eat our faces off. That's lovely. Just great.
Yeah, that's a lovely kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm all on bath salts. No,
Talking about,
sorry, that's a terrible
yeah.
joke. But I mean, really? Wow.
Well, I don't know. I want to look into it and see if I can. I'll just see what I can see. Is all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Let's share. Actually, the screen is shared. One of my own. I want to show people with their face ate off. You don't got to look that up if you want to. Okay, the website and the story book. Yes. Okay, let's pull that up here. Guys, this is the website where you can come and participate in the Wobble Study. Okay, and the Dragon Study. Basically, the Wobble Study is if you feel the ground shaking underneath you, wherever you are at in the world, you can come here and report it. This started because of the whole entire east coast of the United States has been, in my opinion, proven that it's wobbling. Seems like north to south. And me and Shannon were talking about this as to, I've let it sink in for a few days. I've prayed on it. I've meditated on it. And to me, my first initial feeling is that a key has come down from heaven. Everybody's saying, oh, what? Key, what I'm saying is that our environment, here, let me make it so you can see me better for a second. There we go. Our world is interwoven like my fingers right now. Each one of these fingers is a key, a frequency. And you have all these frequencies that manifest our reality and what we can observe and what we can participate in. And our world exists in it, including our WHIRLED world, our world. These are the uh, nodal crossing points inside of a torus field. Okay. And when one of these strings keys get changed, and it affects all the keys. And when that happens, things move and you will get boom or boom. And this is likely why people are hearing the booms. Okay. And this is likely why all the volcanoes are going off under the ground and in the seas. And this is likely why the East Coast water is clearing up. We've had, you can call it a valve being poured, a valve, being poured out. You can call it a key coming down. There are many ways the Bible describes these events when they come down and they take place and change our reality, change our world. And that's the short answer of what my thoughts are on that. And you're welcome to chime in as well on anything you like, Shannon, of course, because I like hogging the show.
You know what? That's okay. I like listening sometimes. It's okay. Um, yeah, at least like out here in Southern California, we tend to feel a lot of shaking all the time. But so if anybody out here is actually feeling excessive stuff, it's noted. And I know that there's been some stuff out here, that people have mentioned too as
Maybe we
well.
can ask some of them to go to the hot springs.
That was one of the suggestions I was going to say. Or even if you happen to be by the Salton Sea, checking that out. But I know I'm gonna try and go check out the hot springs near me because they're about 45 minutes away, and I've been around them all my life, so I'll definitely note the changes that I've seen with that when I do get a chance to do that. But I was mentioning too out here, the heat is something like I have never felt before. I literally feel like we're being microwaved from
Feel
the
like we're sitting
inside.
on top of a volcanic lava field.
And it's very possible because I mean, Death Valley, guys, it's not that
Yeah,
far.
I looked in the temperatures in Death Valley yesterday. I think it was. I looked, and it was saying like 120 some degrees. And I'm
Yeah,
like, whew.
we're melting out here. We're melting
Yeah.
from
I
the
think there's.
inside out.
I think it's a combination of things that are causing it, but ultimately, the changes that are happening now, I think they're keys or valves being poured, that kind
Hmm.
of thing, the things that the Bible talks about. And we're gonna look in depth on that on my other channel. If you're not subscribed over to Logic Before Authority on my channel over there, you come over there and I'll go really into depth over there and say things and do things that risk my whole channel. But here I try to keep things a little less out of trouble, if you might say. Just being honest. That's what you want, right? Honesty. So yeah, guys, like Shannon said, if you can go out and you notice anything, take pictures, take video, then go on the supernatural.show website and upload them on there, and submit a story about it. Say I seen this, or say you go to a hot springs and the water's boiling and there's nobody in it and you can't get in it. Is this normal? If it's not, then we want to know about those kind of things. if, like I had a guy contact me, maybe you're watching it, but you were saying that hot springs were popping up out of the grounds, or at least springs. I'm not sure if he said hot springs. Springs on his property, springs are popping up out of the ground in different locations. And he also said something about new openings in the ground, like caves opening in the sides of the mountains and stuff like that, that nobody even knew were there. Those kind of things. And yeah, we want to know about this kind of stuff. So if you have these things going on, you know about it. I don't want to necessarily hear secondhand information. I want to hear from you. Okay, you guys. That's who I want to hear from. I don't want to hear what Joe said necessarily. Get We want to know we're hearing firsthand information on here. So yeah, I feel like we keep going off down long roads and have to run back on what we're talking about and stuff. Let's see here. Just look one more time at the comments.
Too, even if the hot springs are going cold, they could either be
Yeah,
excessively hot or they could be
either
dying
way.
down.
Yeah.
Either
As a
way.
matter of fact, I can't remember. I think it might have been in the Hopi prophecies. Maybe it was. Maybe I read it in the Bible, but I'm not going to say that because I can't recall. But there is something talking about when those hot springs go cold,
Right.
you'll know that there's a big change happening. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and pull up our story, or we're going to end up not even get to. Oh, there's Deborah. Deborah is submitted a story. As a matter of fact, let me see if let me see if matter of fact, we could probably go ahead since she's here and we know she's here. We could probably go ahead and read Deborah. Oh, yes. Matter of fact, we have read Deborah's first story where she talked about the visions that she had, and we were asking her to come back and to tell us more about the vision and what God's plan was that she perceived and understood. And she has come back and she has um, wrote in and gave us a lot more detail, and
Yeah.
also a video where she recorded these words that she got back several years ago, as a matter of fact. So she's been sitting on this for a while. But first, I want to give you a little update from a different Deborah, unless this is the different Deborah that's in the comments. I'm going to get confused. There's too many people. Not too many. It ain't enough. I'm just kidding.
It's sometimes hard to figure
Appreciate
out
it. We appreciate everything, and don't
the
let
difference.
my acting like I'm overworked bother you. It is what it is. So, well, hello, Deborah, and I think this is the right Deborah, but there's another Deborah that wrote in recently, and I'm going to read that story first. Let's pull it up here. Yeah, here we go, and let's make it a little bigger so everybody can see, possibly, anyways. At least I can see. And okay, so what is the update? Okay, y'all guys remember Eric that wrote in. Okay, Eric wrote in, and he was bitten on the neck by one of the dragons. At least he believes he was one of the dragons that Dr. Robert out in Marina del Rey, California, has been filming and has over 4,000 of them. And we've been talking about this. We were talking about it before the show again about what these things are, and if they've been around for a long time, they've probably been noticed or documented before. And so we've been talking about that. I don't know how much we're going to get into that today because I haven't had a chance to look at everything well enough. But Eric also sent back in a book or a part of a book that talks and discusses what he believes are these dragon manifestations, okay, that are fifth dimensional, or at least they have attributes that seem to be fifth dimensional. Um, I wanted to read this that came in from I think a different Deborah out of Alabama, or is it the same Deborah? I'm a little confused, but okay, that's all right. The story's still the same. So she's down in Alabama, and she said, since watching you guys today, I finally know what happened to the top of my foot. I was just standing outside at night with the dogs, having a cigarette as usual. I never felt anything until I went in and started patting it lightly with a wet paper towel because it burned. She says, same size, looked identical, took over 3 months to heal. Those are the same things that Eric experienced, and also the boy that was in the cemetery experienced. One question I'd have for Deborah is, when it was healing, did you ever see anything come out of it? Like something that looked like a little wire or something like that, almost like nanotechnology, something real small. If you ever noticed that, Deborah, if you're here, you could put that in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you could keep an eye out for that, Shannon, if it
Yeah,
pops in,
it
we
looks
don't
like
miss it.
the other Deborah says she's from upstate New York, so it's not the
Okay,
same one, but I'm not
okay.
sure. It might be the other one.
Well, that Deborah story we're going to read here in just a second. And we've got two Deborahs that we're reading from today. Um, so she says that it was the same size. She's talking about the burn on the neck. Okay. It looked identical to the burn on the neck of the guy in the cemetery that got attacked by one, or at least that's my presumptive feeling. And it took 3 months to heal. Eric, the gentleman that wrote in directly to us, said it took 3 months to heal. A lot of things kind of lining up there. So yeah. She says, I'm between Pensacola and the Alabama line since 1972 on 13 acres of very wooded wetlands. This is a first, hopefully a last. And then I communicated with her a little bit more, and I just made notes here that I had contacted her via text messaging and asking her for more information. And via text, she talked about the fact that she lives near the Blue Angels home base down in Florida, and that helicopters and jets and things are flying over her place quite a bit, especially when this happened to her. They were flying over even more then. And so, yeah, and she also submitted a picture of her location, and I can actually submit it here real quick so that I can add it, I think, if I can figure out how to do it. I really haven't used Word documents a lot, but I think I got it figured out here. Let's see. Let's go to the Supernatural show. Let's go into episodes, audio, video, season 1, episodes 16. Which one is this? Nope, I'm in the wrong one. Oh, here we go. I believe this is correct. Watch me mess up. And the person's name ain't even Deborah. If that's the case, I will fix it. I'll double check that. Anyways, this is the map of her location where she's at here. And this is the base down here where the Blue Angels fly out of. I believe that's correct. This area down here, because it's called Blue Angel Drive and all that. And it's, they've got an airport there. So yeah. So that's just a little update on that, is that apparently we've had a possible evidence of a possible additional attack. And me and Shannon were talking earlier. We find it interesting. Well, Eric sent me some information that talked about this Roman dominion. This back when the Romans somehow had dominion over these, what they're calling Lokis, or a type of fly, a tutelary fly, and that the Romans had dominion over them at the time and had pent them up basically underground until a coming time when they would be released to attack Christians. And I find it interesting that Eric likely considers himself a Christian, and he was attacked on the neck. And Deborah, if I'm getting the name right, just going through a lot of names and a lot of people today that I've been communicating with, so I apologize if I get it wrong. But yeah, I would imagine, because she watches this channel and the other channel, Logical 430, I'm thinking she probably thinks and feels that she's a Christian, right? Or knows. And I don't know about the boy in the graveyard, that was in the cemetery. I don't know on that one. But that's part of the story that may be related, and I cannot say. That's why I'm not going to go into detail on it right now, because it may or may not be related, because I'm doing research and people are trying to help. So we will get there if it's God's will that we know what it is and figure it out. We will.
Well, in the paper, especially, or the part of the book that you're speaking of, it says insects and witchcraft. And it does connotate a black magic source, a demonic type of thing, something from another dimensional kind of aspect playing a part. So,
Yep.
I know for a fact LA is full of stuff like that. And thinking, cemetery is also, military. There's a lot of military involved in black magic. So there's a lot of connections. It's a very interesting book passage. We'll have to look into it more.
Right. Indeed, we will. And yeah, there are a lot of things that kind of seem to be lining up there, but we always have to prove all things.
Right. I'm just popping theories out there. Just popping theories out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we need to look into those theories. We need to figure it out. We need to prove all things. And that's what we are doing. With y'all guys' help, everyone out there. All right, so Deborah is here, and I believe it's this Deborah. You go by Deborah or spelled out, or anyways. And she had written in this story previously. Where's that? Here we go. And at that time, I called her Debbie. But I imagine how it is. People call all kind of variations of your name, like I get a lot of times. I'm just putting this here for a second in case those of you who didn't hear this live, you'll be able to go here and pause this afterwards, and you can read it if you want to. And I'm going to work my way down to her newest thing that she sent us, which we're going to read here in just a moment. All right. Okay. So this is Deborah's update on her vision of where she was given a vision of being taken up to heaven. Similar in some ways to the visions that or the what Enoch wrote about. Um, so yeah, we're going to read this, and she also has a video, which I will put a link to the video of her video underneath this video when it's done. Um, so yeah, so I'll go ahead and read it, you guys. Anything you want to say before I start it, Shannon?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So she says, Daniel, here are some images I found. Look very look very close to the plasma that I saw over my head. As far as the word explained to me that he is going to get us all out of here, and he tells me numerous times that he intends to save everyone possible. I have it written down. He promises to remove us and that we will never suffer the wrath that is coming. His wrath is only for the wicked. He will completely destroy them. It doesn't matter if they're buried 10 miles below the earth or in a bunker deep in these mountains that they've carved out. And of course, we know they've done and are doing those kind of things, which is possibly the source of some vibration and noises that people hear sometimes. But that's not going to be enough to vibrate the entire nation. Um, and are hoarding supplies to take away from the people. They will be found wherever they are, whether it's in the ground, in the mountain, or wherever they cannot escape. In another dream, he shows me how he's going to remove the dead from the earth. But that will be a whole nother show. He showed me how he's going to remove the dead, and the dead will have another image. I can show you. I'll send that too. Scripture Scripture tells us the dead will rise first. He's going to do that with light, which makes sense. It would be a change in the frequency, a key change. Um, that is how he will appear and how he's going to bring the dead out of the grave because he is light. The light will penetrate into the earth to remove the dead and Christ. And then, which light is literally frequency, hence the rainbow and all the colors, all at different frequencies, which light itself is white, but when it is separated, you can see the different colors that are the different frequencies. And I could go off a million miles on that thought, but let me keep going. To remove the dead in Christ, and then goes on, then and then goes those who are alive. We will be taken up when God's people are removed. He will find them, the ones with going down the mark of the beast. He will not have mercy on them. It will be too late for them. The last image you see, how God, and she's talking about a couple of images. I think I can pull them up here in a minute. You will see how he will. I haven't went through this and read it enough yet, so I apologize. I'm stumbling. Plus, I'm looking at a huge screen above my head here and got to look around like this. Complaints, excuses. Here's what he said. The last image you see how God is going to arrive. That image is an image of what looks like a portal that is opened up, maybe sun and moon aligned, single eye. Portal opens up, and then the coming of Christ. It would not surprise me if it doesn't happen exactly like that. Okay. Here's what he had me write down. Daughter, right now, I am says, listen carefully now, because still, all people, kindreds, and tongues. Be still, all people, kindreds, and tongues. People of every nation, be still. Those who to being lay claim to being messiahs, meaning belonging to him, I guess. Oh no, lay claim to being messiahs of previous times, like of the past. Muhammad and Buddha are dead and stand in the balance, wait and frown, wanting judgment coming to those who deny me. I didn't edit this, so it's written the way she wrote it. And she said, don't change it. So I didn't change it. Um, yes. America to the middle. Yes.
Oh, I was just saying America. I was
You're
hoping.
trying to help me out. I need help, that's for sure. America to the Middle East, the world will still see my hand. My chosen I will rescue from this hour of judgment, hidden from the bloodshed and the evil. To you I have given the sword of my word. The righteous will be saved, hidden in the secret place of my heart, protected from the storm. I like the storm word, it's appropriate.
Mhm.
See my hand. Deliver judgment to the wicked who refused by a proof my people. I shall save, speak now. Children of Zion, rise up in absolution of my word. He was wounded,
First.
accursed. He was wounded, accursed on a tree. It pleased me to bruise him for my glory. And for your sake, speak now, children of mine who are called by my name. I will save you. I will save you all. So be it upon the rest of the world. Has spoken. I will not relent judgment of the wicked house of Israel, whom I love has been my love has been betrayed, whom I loved has been betrayed, and I believe of a doctrine that is not shall suffer greatly. Do not change one dot or title. That I am speaking. Daughter, now speak now. It is time to speak, saith the Lord. Keep seeking me, and you will be saved. Promise of my word, in truth and in deed, and indeed I make my glory known now and forever. Yahshua Hamashiach, I believe is the
Yeah,
close
Yeshua.
pronunciation. And
Father.
yes, Shannon,
Oh, I was just reading the rest of it. Yeshua HaMashiach, Abba Father.
Abba Father, yes, exactly. And then I've got the link here as well that she did of the YouTube video, and I can probably just pull it up real quick. Maybe let's go here.
Oh, it's the faces. They at least blurred it out.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I think this is the video. If y'all guys want to check it out, and that's one of the images that she talks about. This is your right there, Sister Deborah. I'm coming to you today with a word from the Lord. So you guys can go over and listen to our whole video if you like. Um, I'll put the link to it below this video when it's done. So you have to wait till then for me to be able to post it. Yeah, and let's see, when was this was actually posted 2 months ago, well before the time that she contacted me. So obviously, this sister is telling the truth as to what she's seen and what she felt and what she observed. And let me see if I can pull up the images real quick that she spoke about. I think I have them here. Yeah. Let me just move this up here. And what this is just an example of the plasma. Oops, it threw it back down here on the other screen again. It's just an example of what she said, what she could see above her head. She says it looked similar to that. Okay. And she said that this, which you've seen in the video, which obviously looks similar to what you would think the sun looks like, but it would be obviously a very special bright event, going on. So, all right, got that taken care of. Got uh, our stories read there, and we're over here on the website now. But before we do that, a couple things I want to show there, but I want to look at the comments again. Brian says that the sting, the bite looks like a chemical burn. Dr. Robert he's friends with the largest dermatologist doctor, the guy in California that owns the most dermatologist doctor offices in all of California, supposedly. He's got the biggest number of locations. Anyways, he said that it is a radiation burn, is what that doctor told Dr. Robert. Secondhand information, but it did come directly from Dr. Robert. Said that it's radiation burns is what is happening because these creatures are made out of like light. We're talking about the dragon things. I'm tempted to show a few other things, but I want to wait until I don't want to show and go down paths that I don't feel comfortable with reading yet because I haven't researched enough. I haven't meditated or slept on it or prayed on it. So there's that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Somebody thanking Deborah for posting her vision. Thank you very much, Catherine. That was very nice of you. Let's see. Absolutely.
King is coming. Amen.
Can't wait for that day.
Pray about it every day.
I can't wait for that day, but at the same time, I keep praying, asking God to spare my life for a little longer, so that way I can make sure to do all the work He has for me here to do. So basically, I'm saying I'm willing to stay, even though it's getting crazy and stuff, but at the same time, putting it in His hands, and of course it is in His hands. Okay, any other thoughts there, Shannon? And I was going to go over a couple things on the website.
Nope. That's what I got for today.
Will you pop up the website address?
I sure can.
There you go. So guys, if you're new here, because I know we're getting new people every show, you can come over to the website. You can sign up to be a member because it's free and it allows you. Right now it's a little bit more limited, but trust me, I'm going to keep working on it and it's going to be really cool. People tell me they were really impressed with it already, but you'll be able to communicate with all the other people that are members of the Supernatural Show within the website. You will be considered, if you go sign up now, you'll get lifetime membership for free. For anybody who signed up in the beginning here and supporting this work, just from being here, just from contributing stories, just from signing up, you're contributing to the growth of the Supernatural Show and the growth of my work. And I greatly appreciate that. So from now, when you go over there and sign up, you're going to get for free. You're going to be considered and labeled as a founding member. And you'll see how that'll work. You'll have a badge on your profile that I will assign to you that will say you are a founding member. And if you've written in, you also have another badge that says that you're a storyteller. or something along those lines. And then another badge that I can assign you is if you ever come on the show itself as a special guest here with me and Shannon, you will be assigned a special badge for that as well, and other badges. And you can share all your photos that you're getting and taking of supernatural nature and so on the website with everybody else. And it guarantees that I will see the photo and see what you wrote about the photo. So, and you do that by simply coming here and, well, coming and signing up. Where I'm already logged in and everything, but you come here and sign up. Real simple, real easy, and real free right now. And will stay free if you sign up right now. Also, you can come here to submit story, and you can submit your supernatural story, just like some of the ones we've read in the past. And you can also click on upload file, and you can include any photos, just like Deborah did. And you can include a link to your video or anything you may have that's related, even a website, just like Deborah did. See, Deborah did awesome. Deborah did perfect.
Yes.
And down below, you can send down below that, down below where you enter the story, you can come down here and you can submit a simple story lead, meaning that if you know about, say, for instance, aliens landing in Peru and biting off people's faces, this would be where you would put it, or this would be where you would submit it. That way I get it. If you put it in the comments, there's a pretty good chance, being that some of my videos get thousands of comments, that I won't never see it. But if you go to the website and submit the story lead here, I will see it, absolutely. So you can do that. And then, like I mentioned, we've got these two studies going on. The Wobble Study, which is about the ground shifting and shaking under people's feet all the way across the country, especially center of the country and east. That's where we've been hearing it a lot, and it's proven at this point that it's happening. And you can submit your story here about that. And also the Dragon Study. You can go out, you can film a helicopter flying over, and if it's at around 100 to 500 feet, there's probably going to be a dragon fly by it, whatever these things are. Okay. And that's been proven that it happens. And they're all over everywhere, I think. And anyways, you can come here and submit all that. And you can also include your video that you recorded just simply by clicking there, and it'll upload it and send it to me. Or if you upload it to YouTube and you want me to have the URL, you just enter it here. So as you can see, we've been busy, and well, most everything else is I've kind of went over before, of course, except for I'll mention one more time that we do have now an active blog. So if you want the whole story related to the fifth dimensional dragons bit my neck, go here, and that's where the whole story is going to be. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to update it again right now with the new information we have from the other Deborah. So yeah. What else we need to talk about, Shannon?
Well, please share, like, subscribe.
Oh yeah, that
do
part.
all of that. Beat the algorithm so we can get out there to everyone and
Tell them the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, get out there and tell them the truth.
And you know what he mentioned before, if you want to be one of our adventure explorers to get, some great video footage of all the things going on around you that you find supernatural, we again would love you to put that in that spot to share your observations with us. So be an explorer with us.
Let's dare to venture and understand the world that we live in. Let's dare to ask questions. Let's dare to tell the truth.
And it gets you out of the house.
Yeah.
Away from everything.
You can go on flight radar and pull up and see where all the flights are at. And you can even see when helicopters are coming by. And if you kind of monitor that, you'll be able to know when one's coming by. And you go outside, you get your camera, your cell phone, turn it on its side. Don't film it like this. Turn it on its side and zoom in about halfway on the helicopter and just film it for about 30 seconds from when you can see it coming in, and film it. Take that file, go to the website where it says submit observations, and then you come down to the dragon study and attach it to your submission of that form, and we'll get it, and I'll put it in the editor, look through it, and I'll show you the dragons in it frame by frame, assuming they're there. But according to Dr. Robert, and I believe him, they're everywhere, and they're going to be in, especially helicopters. They are attracted the most to helicopters. With all that being said, guys, we are going to get out of here and let y'all guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you gained something from this mishmash, and we surely appreciate you. We surely love you, and more importantly, our Father in heaven loves you. And the sooner you realize that, the more peace you're going to be, because even death can be a beautiful thing once you know that your Father in heaven loves you. So, with all that being said, Shannon, I guess we'll say goodbye, guy.
Yeah, come back next time to find out what the heck in the supernatural is going on.
Yeah.
I'm taking this tagline, I'm telling you.
All right, guys, we love you. We're going to get out of here.
Okay,
we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now. If I can get the thing to play, mess with